I have not seen Sleepaway Camp since I was 12 or 13 years old. I remember how old I was when I first saw it because the killer in that one had a passing resemblance to a girl in class. And I'm pretty sure we made fun of her for a little bit, maybe implied she might have a penis. Anyway, I decided to rewatch Sleepaway Camp a few weeks ago, and it was pretty much just as I remembered. Meh. Apart from the twist ending, there's no real reason that this movie is remembered at all. And for some reason, I decided to watch the sequel. And much to my delight and surprise, I loved the hell out of it. It took less than 10 minutes to establish the movie's tone. Get the first kill, get the first one-liner.
That's what you get for not obeying your counselor. And here's what you get for telling evil stories and having such a filthy mouth.
Get the first set of boobs.
What are you staring at? Had you ever seen a pair of boobs before?
Great pacing. And it never really lets up, which is fair because it's only a brisk 80 minutes long. It was so much fun and pretty much everything that I want in a camp slasher flick. Lots of violence, some solid one-liners, lots of nudity, a not too serious tone, and just a touch of genuine creepiness. That's why today, Johnny likes Sleepaway Camp II, Unhappy Campers.
You tell him, Johnny. You tell the world.
So the killer from the first film is back. She's all grown up. Her name's Angela, and she's now a camp counselor at Camp Rolling Hills. In the opening scene, the counselors recap the events from the first film in ghost story around a campfire fashion.
There used to be this camp about 60 miles from here. Camp Arawak. A bunch of little kids were hatcheted to death. Well, it ended up that the killer was the shy 14-year-old girl that everybody picked on. Except this girl, she wasn't a girl. His aunt had been dressing him up like a girl ever since he was 4 years old. They found him naked on the beach, holding the chopped off head of another camper. About 30 people were killed, and the camp had to be closed down. The end.
Angela is Little Miss Goody Two-Shoes and basically plays the morality police for the camp counselors and campers alike.
I found her doing things with the boys last night that she had no business doing. I know the rest of you are nice young ladies and you won't get into any trouble.
If a camper or counselor is naughty, Angela sends them home. That's the movie. Angela kills anyone who has sex or does drugs or drinks or does anything else uncouth. Until the final girl. And then we're done. So threadbare plot aside, this is just great. This is campy fun. Pun intended. In like the best way. The acting's almost all quite bad, but it still works. And it's not like the actors aren't trying, they're just not very good.
Hey, you seem to be pretty busy these days, if you know what I mean.
And the exception might be Pamela Springsteen, who plays Angela. She had kind of a Annie Wilkes vibe going on that I liked. And in case you were wondering, yes, she is related to the boss. She is his younger sister. The special effects themselves were passable, but they were definitely on the lower end of the quality spectrum. Like, I get it, it was a low-budget movie, and they probably did the best that they could with what they had, but I've seen better stuff at the same level. But the death scenes were generally interesting, and this one was my favorite. I found it to be fairly disturbing, and a little bit out of place tone-wise compared to the rest of the deaths. This one was a little bit longer, and a little bit more personal, and a little bit more brutal, to be honest. The filmmakers wear their influences clearly on their sleeves here.
We'll give Angela one hell of a nightmare.
And they do a little nod to them, which I thought was fun. I mean, well, the cover of the movie has a little nod to them as well, but they do it in the movie as well. Which to me signified that the filmmakers knew that they weren't doing anything original here. They were just trying to hop onto the slasher bandwagon and make a few bucks. and incidentally maybe make a decent B-movie while they're at it. Speaking of the Friday the 13th, incoming hot take here, I found this movie to be more enjoyable and just better than almost every entry in the Friday the 13th series. Another fun kind of Easter eggy thing, apart from the Freddy and Jason cameos, was the naming of the characters.
And Allie.
Jody and Brooke Shote. Here you go, Leah.
So am Molly.
Except she wasn't.
Baby.
Rob Duranko. Swimming and meet TC down by the pool.
You know, I was really surprised at Phoebe, Uncle John.
They're all named after characters from the Brat Pack, or at least Brat Pack adjacent actors, or John Hughes, Uncle John, come on. I love naming conventions like that. It's an easy and fun way to spice up your movie. And I thought that they were pretty subtle here. I only noticed Charlie and Emilio because in the credits there was an actress named Renee Estevez, and I thought, I wonder if she's related. Sure enough, those are her brothers. Yeah, there'd be some sexiness in this. If gratuitous female nudity is not your thing, you should probably steer clear of this one. For everyone else, there is plenty to enjoy.
You're gonna be seeing a lot of this!
Valerie Hartman shows off several times. And one of her sex scenes, actually both her sex scenes, but this one in particular, were comedic highlights of the movie. I love how she doesn't hide her disappointment with the guy's performance in bed.
Great. See ya.
She totally crushes his spirit, and it makes me laugh how she's just straight up with him.
Thanks a lot.
The filmmakers actually had to be kind of careful with this kind of stuff because a bunch of the cast were minors when this was filmed, so they couldn't be on set when there was any nudity or probably graphic violence. And I know that they had to change a line or two because they were a little bit too risque for youngins to be saying.
Hey, Emilio, party hats at 2 o'clock.
All right.
Okay, last thing I want to talk about, and I can't help but mention, is that there was one thing that the first film did much better than this one, and that was the blatantly homoerotic attire that the male counselors wore in that. It was booty shorts and half shirts. As was the style at the time, I guess. Nonetheless, it was a bold choice. But it's due for a comeback, I think. I mean, what's the point of wearing shorts if they're not short? And I think that about covers it. It's a low-budget B-movie that works. A camp slasher from the 80s that has everything that you would hope and expect in a description like that. If that description makes you groan, maybe skip this one. If it makes you raise an eyebrow, check it out. Or check it out again. It's a lot of fun. In fact, I'm going to rate this out of 4 out of 5. I think it's one of the best camp slasher movies out there, and I'll definitely be returning to it in the future. What did you guys think of Sleepaway Camp 2, 1, 3? I haven't seen the rest. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. While you're here, if you could do me a favor, click the like and subscribe buttons. It's quick, free, relatively painless. Super helps me out. Thanks for watching me talk about movies for a little bit, and you can tune in next time to see what else Johnny likes.
Good night, campers.